That was just a locksmith to call me. I'll be here in 15 minutes. This just sucks, bro, because, yeah, they were like, it's going to be $3,500 to get the people from the elevator company to come in and try to take a look and see if they can find your keys. But you still got to pay it, and there's no guarantee you're going to get your keys back. So I'm like, okay, well, I am fucked. I do not have $1,300. And then she's like, well, instead of getting the key back, you can just get a new fob. And that's like $100 plus $5 for a mailbox key. So I'm like, okay. Thank God, yo. I ended up putting extra money into my account for rent. Just because I do that sometimes to cover utilities. Or I'm like, okay, maybe I have leftover for next month. I literally had excess amount of $108. Just made the mark so that could cover that, replacing that. It's not even the worst part though. Now I got to pay $240. First of all, I've been calling around different locksmiths places because, number one, car dealership didn't even answer me, which I'm glad they didn't, because I would have had to get my car towed there. They would have charged me an arm and a leg. So I called different locksmiths, and the first one was talking about $275, and then others were saying as high as $350. So then I was just like, yo, I'm gonna try to negotiate this, because there's no way I'm about to pay that, bro. Like, realistically, I have like $270. So I was just like to one, yeah, somebody else was doing it for $230, and they were like, nah, we can't match it. So I was like, you know, whatever. Another guy said he was gonna do it for $250, so I was like, I guess I'll just go with it, because I kept getting $250 from multiple places. So I'm like, all right. I call him back though, he doesn't answer. So I'm like, all right, let me call these other places. So I call the other place, the guy's like, oh, $285 to $350. I'm like, yeah, nah. The other place literally offered $250, so I might as well go back to them. And he was like, well, I'll do it for $240, and I'll be there in less than an hour. So I'm like, okay. So I called the other place back, because I called a different place, and I was like, okay, I'll do it for $250. Because that guy wasn't even trying to give me a price over the phone. He was like, well, I got to see it first. I'm like, you're going to come out here and try to charge me more? Like, no, you're going to waste your time, because I'm not paying more than $250. He was like, okay, like $250. So then those guys, I just called them back, and they were like, well, if we could beat that, would you go with us? And I was like, sure. And he said he'll give me a call back. Haven't got a call back yet. But the other guy just called me and said he's going to be here in 15 minutes. So point is mute. So I'm about to pay $240 for this. Yeah, that literally saved my ass if I seen that, because getting my car towed to the dealership just to get a new key, and the fact they're talking about program it, like, it's not. Okay, so I don't know why I feel so hyped about this. So the other guys just called me back and was like, yeah, we'll do it for $200 without the key part, like the button. I'm like, good, heard. I called the other guy back. He was like, yeah, I'll do it for $200 also. And he's like 15 minutes away, less than 15 minutes away. So yeah, I'm about to go with that. I was really questioning if I could negotiate this down for real. But I got negotiation skills. So yeah, went from $350 to $200. I'm proud of myself. I was like, am I really gonna be calling around these places for this and be a maggot for this? But fuck out of here, bro. Got like $270 to my name. Like, yes, I'm about to be a maggot, bro. Saving $75, $250? Yes, please. Yeah, boy. No, I feel accomplished. This whole situation sucks ass, but at least I saved me some money, which I would have saved if I hadn't taken my ass outside at 2 a.m. to try to go to my car and drop my keys down the freaking elevator, yo. This whole thing sucks. And it's the fact that I have a second key and I can't find it nowhere. Like, I literally looked my whole apartment. It is not here. So this whole thing sucks, bro, but at least I'm getting back in my car. Oh, and don't even get me started yesterday. So when this happened, I called maintenance And they were like, oh, well, we can't do anything about your key, but we can let you back in your apartment, but that's gonna cost you $100. Nigga, $100 get back in my apartment? And I was like, wait a minute, I got a virtual key. So what am I paying for? I was like, no. I went on my app, got my virtual key, told them to key me up to my 15th floor, and yeah, I used my virtual key to get in. But yo, if I hadn't been thinking they would charge me $100, like, recommending the virtual key wasn't your first option. But it just got me like, yo, what is the reason? Like, why are you putting me through this, God? For real. I am already on my last coin. And OMG, yo. So I got a new key. Back on the road in my car. This sucks. I mean, it's great though. I got everything handled, and I'm just waiting for my key fob from my building, my mailbox key. I am exhausted from it all. I'm exhausted from life, yo. It's just like twist and turn out of nowhere. And yeah, I don't know what's next. I really don't. I don't know what to expect. I don't really get what I'm meant to be doing. I am just in a state of not knowing again. And I don't know if there will ever be a time when I do know. But yeah, c'est la vie, I guess. I just really want to go bowling right now. And I'm just glad that I paid for bowling in advance. So I am not stressed about paying it for the next 5 weeks. So yeah. I just want to say that I love that my building is so close to the mall. Like, I walked here. And yeah, that's literally the building in the back right there. But yo, I just went to the movies and I seen Zone of Interest. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, it was in German with English subtitles, so that's why I was hyped to see it too, to see like if I could understand some of the German, which not really. I mean, some of it I did. I'm not gonna lie, I did. But like, I still had to rely on the subtitles, sadly. But oh my gosh, yo, that movie was so eerie. I literally got shivers. Like, oh my gosh, it literally just takes place during World War II, the Holocaust in Auschwitz. And it's just so dark, like, oh my gosh. So I missed the first 20 minutes of this movie, unfortunately, because I walked and I left too late. But when I got there, honestly, I don't even know none of the characters' names, but that don't mean the story was not compelling. So I guess the guy who was overseeing Auschwitz, him and his wife live right next to the concentration camp. And I came in when her mom got there and was like trying to stay with them. And it was just so, I got so grossed out because you're having these shots of her walking through, like showing her mom the property. And don't get me wrong, the house looks amazing and super cool. They have a greenhouse. They literally grow all their food, have bees for honey, have like, just have a lot of land. And it's like, yo, they are so privileged. And then in the background, you literally see, well, she straight up says to her mom, oh, yeah, the concentration camp's right there, but I'm trying to grow these trees to cover it up. what? Like, this lady, this woman who is the wife of the like guy running Auschwitz, he's like pretty high up, and he gets promoted to by the end of the film. But like, what the fuck? Like, she's so tone deaf. She's literally like to the Jewish maid that is in her house. Oh, because her mom leaves. Like, she literally can't stand it there because it's fucking disgusting. Like, literally throughout the film, you're just hearing the screams of the people who are literally getting burnt alive. And it's wide shots throughout the whole film, which I actually liked because it's like, I don't want to be up and close and personal with these characters. I don't want to relate to them. They disgust me. And with these wide shots, so they're showing the smoke coming from the ovens behind them, and it's like people literally screaming in the background while they're getting burnt alive, and these people are just living their lives like it's just the everyday. I'm sorry, I'm walking home, so there's like a lot of traffic, but yo, it was so sickening. I can't. So then the mom left because she obviously couldn't deal with it. Like, hearing that and seeing that every day, she's waking up in the night, just looking and seeing the oven still going. It's like 24 hours a day. These people are just dying or getting used for their labor or getting used as like sex slaves. Because it shows the husband, like, his wife says she don't want to leave. He has to get restationed. He's moving. He's technically getting a promotion, but she doesn't want to leave there because they built it up, and she always wanted to have her own farm and stuff. But so he leaves and leaves her and the kids there, and before he leaves, he just shows him like using this Jewish girl, and then it shows him like going to the bathroom and just like washing himself after it. I thought that was so eerie. I was so disgusted. Everything about this film disgusted me. So extra. But yeah, I was grossed out, to be honest. And then his wife did it too. Like, she got the Jewish boy working for her, and then she's by herself, lonely, mad that her mom left. She didn't tell her. She just wrote her in a note and was just gone. And then was like to the little Jewish girl, which really set me off. She was like, oh, are you leaving these here to antagonize me? Like, the dishes on the table, expecting the mom to come and eat, because she didn't know either. And she's like, no. And the lady's like, you know I can have my husband put you in the oven and scatter your ashes in the field. Like, ew. And it's like, she's having this whole temper tantrum. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings, bro.
Wait.
Like, it was so weird. Like, I didn't get why. I don't know. I don't think the writers were trying to get me to be sympathetic towards this woman. They were showing a lot of backstory. But yeah, that whole film. I mean, they had this one shot where it like faded from the people in the background screaming to this red picture for like 10 seconds, and that was so compelling. Like, I thought that was a really good shot. And there was this one scene where her son was playing in the room by himself, and there was people outside, like Jewish people, you could hear it through the window, getting beaten because they were fighting over an apple. They're so freaking starved. Oh my gosh, makes me sick. But and the guy was like, oh, drown him in the river for stealing. And the little boy like goes by the window, stops playing, and he doesn't necessarily look out, but he's just like listening. And he's just like to himself after it happens, don't do it again. Like, he's literally internalizing this hate and order from his surroundings. This film made me think of The Boy with the Striped Pajamas. I only watched that film once when I was a kid, and that was enough. Yo, like, that shit was so dark and so sad, yo. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't. That's so OD. But this film had a lot of symbolism too. Towards the end, at the end of the movie, the guy who was in charge got promoted to go back to Auschwitz, and they thought he was going to do a better job there and get more workers and burn less people, because I guess the other guy running it was exterminating too many people, and they were mad about that. So yeah, but he got sick. Like, they showed him at the doctor's, and I guess he was fine, but he was walking down the stairs, and it progressively goes from light to like darkness, and he's like stopping on the stairway out of breath and puking, and then going on. And right before he starts walking out, he's on the phone with his wife, and he's like, yeah, I'm coming back. And she seems so disinterested, and he's just like, oh, when I was at the party, I wasn't even trying to meet anybody. All I was concerned about was how I could burn these people, like how I could make that room an oven to do all that, given the size and the size of the building and the amount of people. And it was just so dark, and it's like the tiles on the ground when he's walking down the stairs, they're in boxes, and I just couldn't help but think, like, yo, this dude does not think outside the box at all. Like, wants to make him seem like he's some type of innovator or something, but he's only following orders. That's all he does. That's all he knows how to do. And he thinks it's right. And yeah, that's so crazy. Like, I literally can't imagine living in a society where everybody worshiped like one person, where it was just like, oh my gosh, like, dude had pictures of Hitler on the wall, and every message he would send back to his higher ups, it would be like, oh, hail Hitler. Like, this shit is just crazy. And I don't know, this is like second film I've seen in the past 2 weeks pertaining to Hitler and Nazis and stuff. Because I seen that movie, The Guys in the Boat, or something like that. I forgot the exact name of it. It had boat in it though. And it was about the rowing team that went to the Olympics right before the World War II happened, when the tensions were high, and Jesse Owens was there too, and they took home a W for US, and they were the junior varsity team from a really poor like college, and we're basically going against the rich schools, Ivy Leagues, and we're trying to succeed. I respect it. Like, that film made me feel such like a great sense of pride for the US. I mean, I am American, yo. I can't help it. I'll be hyped for our wins, especially against Germany. And they had Hitler in the film, and they were mad, and they were chanting when they were there, Deutschland, Deutschland. Yo, I can't imagine what it would have been like to be Jesse Robinson, yo. Like, this dude literally had to go to Germany, the peak of this hatred, bro, when they literally burning people in ovens, yo. do not value anybody but white, like Aryan race. Shit is just crazy. And it's like, a lot of people in Germany also didn't even know what was going on. Or people who did know what's going on, but like are not speaking up or trying to make a difference. One thing about this film is that it showed this shot in negative, and this girl was like, it seemed like she was putting out food or apples or something for the Jewish people who worked. Like, she went out at nighttime and was just like hiding it there for them. And she was a German girl, and I was just like, damn. Like, there was type activist people who wanted to make a difference, and they could only make like small contributions, but I mean, they didn't matter to the people they did it for. But damn, I just feel such a sense of despair after watching that, yo. Like, yeah, they ended it, but so many people are gone. Like 6 million. That's a lot of fucking people. And it go on for so long. Like, I can't imagine. Can't imagine living through it. You know, the world is full of such atrocities, and I can't even bear to think. I mean, look at the stuff that goes on now, though. Like, what's happening in Gaza? I think the irony is crazy. It's crazy. But like, I don't know. It's like easy to be like, oh, this is happening in Germany. The German people, why aren't they sticking up and doing something? And it's like, from a civilian standpoint, you really gotta be thinking, even if you know it's wrong, like, what the fuck you really be doing? Like, unless you got ideas, you're a visionary, you really don't have nothing. Same thing I feel about, like, the whole Gaza situation. Like, man, I could do my part and boycott certain brands that support it and go to protest, but like, stuff's still happening regardless. I don't know. I don't mean to be super pessimistic, but I also feel like there should be brainstorming of actual solutions, because I feel like clearly what we're doing is not working. I don't know. It's really hard to think about what we could do if we are on the side of the oppressors, or have oppressors who represent us more, I should say. This world is so dark, yo. No pun intended that I say this in the dark. But then, I don't know. I hope I can make some type of contribution in my lifetime to make a difference. But only time will tell. But I do know, as a single person, I don't think I alone am enough, but I do hope my ideas can inspire people who can do something. But I mean, best case scenario, I make a change in my lifetime. But I don't know. I just want to contribute to it at the end of the day. It's just so wild. Like, everybody living their own individual lives, doing their own thing. Atrocities happening across the world, and we are, as humans, are responsible. It's just crazy. And to think about too, like, no one is exempt from hurting people. I feel like everybody has hurt somebody in their lifetime, but it's more so about taking the accountability to right those wrongs. And I still hope I grow into a strong leader who can do that on a grand scale. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people do need a leader. Like Malcolm X or MLK. It's not one of those of this day and age, and it shows. Like, I literally just try to think of, like, anyone at all who I look up to in this day and age, especially women of color. I'm just like, dang, like that person represents us. That person is a leader enough to speak for our community. I don't really see that, and I don't think I ever really did growing up. And that's always been, at least my problem, of why I always felt like I needed to be a leader for me. Because I look around and nobody around me has a life that I want, or has the desires to do the things that I want to do in life. Which is like great at times, because I just love me and I love my ideas and I love just myself. But at other times it's like lonely, because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's too much. Like, if it's unattainable, then I just have all these ideas floating around my head to come to no fulfillment. That seems so dull. Even though I know they could be great, but I don't know. I have to forge my own path and like create it myself, which is at times daunting. Doable, but nerve-wracking, because I mean there's possibility of failure, and yeah, I'll get back up after, but it's inconvenient. I don't know. Maybe I just tried too much. But it was a good movie though. If you have the stomach, I definitely recommend watching it. I feel like it's an important perspective. It's even better if you have prior knowledge of what's going on in that time period. Honestly, I do find that time period so fascinating. So fascinating. From what's going on in Germany to nearby countries, World War, espionage. I did a report on Rosenberg's espionage during that time, and I found that report so interesting because it's just like a very, very, very small piece of the puzzle of what was going on at that time. Like, these are spies that were caught, but the spy who did what they had to do and they was good at it was never caught. And those secrets will never be exposed. Like, there are just some things we'll never know. And that's so bizarre. Because I want to know, but at the same time, I don't want to know. But yeah, just chatting. OMG. So I just got my letter of qualification from the Maryland Real Estate Commission, right? Maryland Real Estate Commission, yeah. So now I can take the state exam to get the license. I just have to mail this to PSI. It's crazy. So yeah, I need to have a deal happen in Virginia, bro. So I can pay to get my license in DC and Maryland. Yo, this is crazy. And this expires in 120 days. Yo, I need to get it together so things could come together. The state portion, I took the national already because when I went to go take the DC exam, I took the wrong exam. It said national, and I thought, okay, I might as well just take it since I'm here. And I thought that the DC state was gonna be after, and it wasn't after. So I had to go pay and redo it all over again. Well, redo the right test on a different day. But I still had to pay a second time. I was so pissed, bro. But regardless, I took the national already. So I just gotta take the state for Maryland. And it's 30 questions. You need 21 correct answers, 70% to pass. And there is a guide in here about all the questions, topics. And it's only $44 compared to $69 for DC. So yeah, DC can kick rocks for charging that much. I forgot how much I paid in New York. But dang, this is thorough. Yeah, so it literally says how many questions is for each category and their sample questions. I'm gonna do just fine on that. Yo, for real, I don't know what it is. Like, I really never be worried about tests. I've always been a really good test taker. So yeah, the DC exam, I was going in expecting it to be horrendous. I did finish that in 20 minutes with going through and checking my answers 2 times. Well, not all my answers though. No, I did all my answers, and then when I did, like, I mark the questions that I'm a little bit unsure about. So I'll go back and relook at those, and then if I had so much time left, I just went back and re-looked at all of them because I was like, this is a little too easy. I was getting a little nervous, but then I was like, you know what, I just submit, and I passed. So yeah, I think that lasts for a while. I got time too, but I need to pay the fee so I can get the license. I don't know. Like, I legit did multiple personality tests on different forums and stuff, and all of them legit point to sales, real estate, like education, just people jobs. You know what I mean? I did do pretty well at sales, but I think I can do exceptional at real estate if I just get it together. I need to get it together. I need to get some results. And get paid. One last thing I want to say. The Zone of Interest got a 92% from Rotten Tomato, and I did think it was well deserved. I think the storyline is heavy, but it really is a good movie, and just cinematically, it is stunning. But what they're showing is just so, that's all I could put it. But yeah, I would definitely give it a high rating. I would watch it again because I want to see it from the absolute beginning. I feel like I missed so much with the 20 minutes. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I just be chatting over here. So yeah.